Hi friends, welcome. Today let's get seated on the mat and let's take Baddha Konasana to start. So bend your knees, bring your feet in a little bit closer to your body and then open the knees out to each side. Soles of the feet come to touch. Rest your hands on your ankles and try to get tall in your spine, finding a nice lift here. Close your eyes and now connect with your breath. And for the whole practice, if you can try to inhale and exhale through your nose, that would be great. And now while we're connecting with the breath, perhaps you want to set an intention for your practice. Maybe your intention spans beyond the practice. Maybe it's a life intention, a day intention, anything. Just hold on to that for a moment here as we peacefully meditate and connect to ourselves. Then gently flutter your eyes open and start to walk your hands forward in front of you if you can. Just a little bit, getting a little deeper into those hips. Perhaps staying upright if this feels really uncomfortable for you. If it's just a little discomfort and you can breathe through it, you can try that. But don't ever let any sense of pain overtake your practice. Always come back out of it if it's getting to that point. Otherwise, breathe through it, connect with your breath, maybe going a little deeper, little steps at a time. Deep inhales and exhales. And then walk your hands back in towards your body. Open your legs wide now, taking Upavista Konasana. Try to find a long spine. Perhaps lift your sits bones up so you can take out the fleshy bit from behind and try to lengthen your spine. And then maybe gradually walk your hands forward. But if you're doing this, make sure you're keeping the knees pointed upward, feet are flexed, so that you keep external rotation in your hips. Continuing to send that breath wherever it needs to go, connecting to the prana, the energy, the life force. Couple more breaths here. And slowly walk your hands back to center. Grab the undersides of your knees so you can bend them and pull them in, and then just simply roll to the side and come into tabletop position. Let's warm up our spines a little. Inhale, drop your belly for cow. Exhale, round your spine for cat. Inhale, drop your belly, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, look at your navel. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine as you gaze down. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Come to neutral. Tuck your toes under, lift your kneecaps, send your hips up and back, down dog. Bend your knees here. Get your tailbone nice and high. Find the length in your spine. Push the mat away with your hands and try to bring that chest closer to your thighs. And then let's walk our dog, bending one knee at a time. Straightening the other leg, getting an alternate hamstring stretch. Breathing deeply through our nose. Exhaling through the nose. Enjoying this stretch in our spine and the length in our hamstrings. Just feeling so good here. Stretching it out. Walking the dog. Come to neutral and try to extend both heels now towards the mat. Good. Finding that length. Bend the knees. Turn the toes outward And then bend the knees deeper, sending the hips down, coming into a little frog position. Come back up, toes turn forward, down dog. Inhale, move forward to plank. Hold it. Breathe. Starting to build some heat. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Up dog, your hips are lifted. Take the back bend. And exhale, send those hips up and back, tucking the toes. Down dog. Good. Turn the toes outward. Bend the knees. Send the hips down. Opening up in this downward frog position. Come back up. Toes turn forward. Down dog. Inhale, move forward to plank. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, take the back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, move those hips up and back, tucking the toes under. Down dog. Turn the toes outward. Bend the knees. Send those hips down, coming into that froggy. Come back up, turn the toes forward, down dog. Inhale, move forward to plank. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. In. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, take the back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Down dog. Inhale. Turn the toes outward. Exhale, bend the knees, send the hips down. Really work into those hips. Lift the hips back up, turn the toes forward, down dog. Take 5 breaths here in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Last full breath here. In and out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Take a forward fold. Hang out in your forward fold. Bend your knees. Loosen up. Let go in your head and your neck here. Really let your head hang loose. Maybe grab opposite elbows if you want. Sway side to side. Or if you want, just walk out your forward fold here, bending one knee at a time. Do what feels good in your body. Let go in the back. Let the weight keep shifted forward into the balls of your feet here. And then bend both knees as you release your hands down and slowly roll up to Tadasana. Arms come by your sides. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms come overhead. Look up at your thumbs, little back bend. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step your feet to the back of the mat, take a high plank. Hold on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, move your hips up and back, coming into down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot through in between your hands as you spin your arms up, open to a T, coming into warrior 2. Back heel spins down onto the mat. Gaze over your right fingertips. Really try to make sure you've got heel to arch alignment in your feet. Feel strong here in your warrior 2. Strong and grounded. Push into the outer edge of your left foot. Push it down into the mat so you're rooting in between both of your feet. Really finding that weight distribution is even between both of your legs. Good. Flip your right palm up, extend your left arm onto your left thigh, and then lift the right arm up and over, reversing the warrior. Stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Come back up to warrior 2. Good. Extend your right leg. reach those right fingertips forward and then reach them down onto the right shin. Extend the left arm to the ceiling for your Trikonasana triangle pose. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. In and out. And in and out. Then bend your right knee pretty deeply. Either bend your right elbow and bring it on top of the right knee, or extend the right hand down onto the mat in front of the right foot. Extended side angle pose. Staying here, or perhaps reaching that left arm overhead towards the front of the room, bicep coming close to your ear. Find the length, and like in Warrior Two, press your weight evenly into both of your feet, distributing that weight into both of your legs. Both legs are strong here. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And then bend the back knee, turn the back toes outward, open your arms to a T, come into goddess pose. You might have to do a little bit of adjustment with your feet here so that you have external rotation in your hips. Both sets of toes point outward, feeling strong, opening your heart up, finding the lift from your tailbone to your crown while still sinking down into your hips. Inhale and exhale. In. Exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, turn to face forward, arms come overhead, crescent pose, back leg straightens, front knee is bent. Good, continue to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten your right leg and spin your back heel onto the mat, coming into pyramid pose. Try to bring your forehead close to your right shin or your right knee. Find a long spine and take 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Pivot onto the ball of that back foot, lifting that back heel. Bend the right knee. Shift the weight forward into the right foot and lift up the left foot. Keeping those hips square. That left leg comes parallel to the mat if you can. Try to straighten the right leg. Standing splits. Take 3 breaths. You can either do it with your hands gripping the mat in front of you, or perhaps you want to walk one hand to your ankle, maybe both. Play around with balance. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Turn your hips open to the left and bring your left arm to the sky for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So your left flexed toes now point out to the side of the room and you're open to the left. If you want to play around with balance here, you can see if you can lift that right hand up off the mat. Otherwise, keep it grounded. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Look down at the mat as you square off your hips. Then bend your right knee. Step that left foot back to the back of the mat. Take your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Take your high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, the back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Shift the hips up and back. Down dog. Inhale. Turn the toes outward. Bend the knees. Take your downward frog. Straighten the knees. Turn the toes forward. Down dog. And then bend the knees. Look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Take your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Arms come overhead. Hips go back and down. Let's take a figure 4 chair. Cross that right ankle on top of the left knee. Good. Inhale and exhale. Either stay here, or perhaps you want to play around with an arm balance, Ekapada Galavasana, releasing your hands down onto the mat and hooking your ankle into your arm. I need a little more space here. And then perhaps shifting the weight forward and seeing if you can pick up that left foot. Maybe you come into half Ekapada Galavasana. Maybe you can extend that left leg back. If you're in the arm balance, come back up to figure 4 chair. Meet everyone in the chair pose. And then everyone release the right foot to the mat, Tadasana, arms overhead, look up, little back bend. Exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step your feet, come into plank. Hold on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, hips go up and back. Tuck your toes under, down dog. Turn the toes outward, bend the knees, send your hips down. Take the little frog pose. Come back into down dog. Lift up the left foot behind you. Step it in between your hands. And then cartwheel your arms up and open to a T, releasing your right foot to the mat, warrior 2. Gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Release your right hand to your right thigh. Flip your left palm up and over. Reverse the warrior, little back bend. And take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, come up to warrior 2. Really grounding between both of your feet. Take another breath. And then straighten your left leg. Start to shift your hips back while reaching your fingertips forward. And then release the left hand onto the shin. Right arm to the ceiling. Triangle pose. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, bend your left knee, either bringing the left elbow on top of the left knee or extending the left arm down. Left hand comes to the mat on the inside of the left foot. Perhaps staying here with the right arm extending towards the ceiling, or reach the right arm up over your head towards the front of the room with that bicep coming close to your ear. Keep breathing. 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Root those feet down. One more inhale. And exhale. Start to come up as you bend your back knee. Turn those toes outward. Arms come to a T. Goddess or temple squat. Maybe slight adjustments of your feet here. All 10 toes point outward. External rotation at the hips. Sending those hips down while lifting the chest up. Finding the length in the spine while finding the depth in the squat. Breathing, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, pivot onto the ball of your right foot, turning your torso to the front of the room. Arms come overhead for crescent lunge. Breathe here in your crescent lunge. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Then start to straighten that left leg and spin the ball of your the heel of your right foot down, coming into pyramid pose. Maybe walking your hands out a little further. Forehead coming close to your knee or to your shin. Find length in your spine. Try to keep your hips square. Try to keep your hips from going out to one side. You want to keep them facing forward. Finding that beautiful hamstring stretch here as you breathe. One more breath. Then pivot onto the ball of the back foot as you bend the left knee. Really push all of that weight forward into your left foot as you start to hover the right foot off the mat behind you, coming into standing splits, lifting that right leg up. Left leg is strong and balanced. Hips are square. Take a few breaths here. Perhaps keeping the hands grounded, or maybe testing your balance by bringing one hand or both to wrap around that left ankle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And then exhale as you open your hips to the right, turning those right toes outward, and extend your right arm to the ceiling for half moon pose. Take 3 breaths here. Perhaps test your balance by lifting that left hand up off the mat. Perhaps keeping it grounded. Do what feels good in your body. Take 1 more breath here. And then return your right hand to the mat, square off those hips. Bend your left knee and step the right foot to the back of the mat for your crescent lunge. Plant your palms and then step your left foot back to meet your right. High plank, top of a push-up. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, shoot those hips up and back, tucking the toes. Down dog. Good. Turn the toes outward. Bend the knees. Lower the hips. Come back up, down dog, toes face forward. And then bend your knees again. Look forward and step or hop to the top of the mat. Take a forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Arms come up, hips go down. Weight is shifted into your heels. Take the figure 4 by lifting up your left knee and crossing the left ankle on top of your right knee. Stay here or try the arm balance by shifting forward and down, bringing the hands to the mat, bringing your leg behind your elbows, shifting the weight into your hands, and perhaps lifting that right foot up off the mat. Come back into figure 4 chair. Everyone meet. And then rise to stand, releasing the left hand to the floor, left foot to the floor rather. Look up between your thumbs, little back bend, and release your arms by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, bend your knees. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, left foot to the outside of your left hand with all toes turning outward. Send your hips back and down. Take a malasana squat. Bring your hands to heart center, palms come to touch. Push the elbows into the knees so you can open up even wider and send your tailbone down to the floor, trying to extend your spine long here. Take 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, extend your arms out in front of you. See if you can stay here with your arms reaching out. Now, can you send your hips back and down onto the mat and bring your knees together? If not, just make your way onto your hips on the mat in any way that feels comfortable in your body. If you can't just roll down onto it, that's totally fine. Be where you are. And now, staying here with our feet planted on the mat, lift up the feet now so the shins are parallel to the mat, coming into boat pose. Navasana. Expanding the chest, reaching forward. If you need to adjust, you can bring your hands down to the mat if you want to take a gentler variation. Otherwise, extend, maybe even straighten those legs. Use your core, find your balance. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release to the mat. Bend your knees, open the knees up, hips width distance. Arms come by your sides. Inhale as you lift your hips, coming into bridge pose. Perhaps tucking your shoulder blades under and reaching your hands to clasp together under your abdomen. Keep breathing. Keep those hips lifting up and send the weight forward into your knees rather than back into your shoulders. Keep lifting. Keep pushing up. Engage your glutes. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release to the mat. Knock your knees in together. Take one breath of rest. Inhale. Exhale. Open your knees up. Roll your hips up. Come back into bridge. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Perhaps rolling your shoulder blades under and clasping your hands together under your abdomen again. Really lifting those hips up so strongly with your glutes, engaging your legs here. 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release your hips down onto the mat. Let the knees knock in together. Take 1 breath of rest. This will be our third and our last one. You can choose to take bridge again, or you can take wheel. If you're taking wheel, move your hands up above your head, fingertips point at your shoulders. Everyone open your knees, start to lift your hips up, lower body lifts, engaging those glutes. If you're coming into wheel, then you push the mat away, lift the head, the heart, the shoulders. Perhaps walk the feet in closer to your hands. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Begin to lower. Come out the way you came in. Let the knees knock in together. Take a rest. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Bring both knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Release your feet onto the mat and cross your right ankle on top of your left. Finding figure 4 in a supine position. Either stay here or perhaps reach forward with your hands, wrap them around the bottom of your left thigh and bring the shape in towards your chest. While you're bringing that shape in, you're also trying to push the right knee away so you find a hip opener. Perhaps you can hook the inside of the right elbow onto the inside of the right knee and use it to push. Inhale and exhale. Maybe flex. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the shape in your legs. Open your arms to a T. Drape both of your legs over to the left, bringing the sole of the right foot to the mat. You'll find another hip opener here. Maybe reach forward with your left hand and push that right knee up even more so it's facing the ceiling. It's pointed at the ceiling. So that right ankle is still hooked in front of the left knee. Keep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. In and out. In and out. And now pull onto the top of the right knee to bring it down to the mat. So instead of pointing up, now the right knee comes down and you'll find a spinal twist instead of a hip stretch. Start to melt that right shoulder blade even more onto the mat if you can. Really let it go, melt it down. Maybe gaze over that right hand, or you can keep your gaze up or to the left if you need to. Whatever feels good in your body. Just try to get the spinal twist where you feel your right shoulder melting onto the mat and you find the depth in the twist of your spine. Slowly untwist your body and come back to center. Knees or hips width distance, soles of the feet are on the mat. Then cross the left ankle on top of the right knee for your figure 4 supine position. Either staying here or maybe reaching forward to clasp the underside of your right thigh and bring the shape in towards your chest, all the while pushing that left knee away from you. Trying to get deep into the hips here. Flex the left foot. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Release your arms to a T. Keep the legs as they are. Drape the legs over to the right with the bottom of the left foot landing on the floor. Maybe the inside of the left foot lands there, but you want to try to keep it so that your left knee is pointed up at the ceiling. You can even reach forward with your right hand and push that knee so that it points upward. That left ankle is still hooked on top of that right knee. 3 breaths. And now pull that left knee in towards you, bringing it down onto the floor, finding the spinal twist, melting that left shoulder blade down. Now the left knee might not make contact with the floor, and that's totally okay. You want to focus more on the left shoulder blade melting down, but rather than the left knee pointing up now, it's pointing downward so you're into your spine rather than the hip. Keep breathing. Then unhook that left heel from on top of the right knee. Maybe just bringing the left knee on top of the right and then shifting everything to center. Bring both knees into your chest and really squeeze them for Apanasana, wind removing pose. Make sure your head is lowered here. So maybe you have to lift up your head initially to get the wrap, but then once you have that, lower the head back down and lengthen the neck. Try to find a really long spine here. Try to pull the base of your spine down as well, so you're not rounding your tailbone up, you're flattening it down, pointing it downward, getting the base of your spine really flat against the mat. Good, and now open your knees up so they're wider than your chest, right outside of your rib cage. Reach the arms in between your knees and either grab your ankles or maybe your shins, or maybe you can even reach your big toes and wrap your peace fingers around them. And then keeping the knees really coming down around your rib cage, extend the shins so that they're perpendicular to the floor and so that the soles of your feet are flexed at the ceiling, as if you could make footprints on the ceiling. And again here, like in Apanasana, we want a long spine. So like in wind removing pose, the one we did just before this, the bottom of our spine is really flat against the mat, and so is the back of our neck, the back, our entire back. Everything is melting down, and you want to find that flat feeling. If you feel like your hips are rolling up in towards you and you're lifting the base of your spine, let go a little more in happy baby and roll the spine downward. Maybe your feet come a little further down in front of you. That's better than them coming toward you. You really want the base of your spine flat on the mat here. And then pull those knees around your rib cage so you get deep into the hips. Take one more breath. And then gently begin to release this happy baby. Bringing the feet down to the mat, extending the legs long. Open the feet as wide as the mat and let the feet flop open naturally. Then bring your arms out by your sides and make sure you have space between your arms and the rib cage. Turn the palms up and allow the arms to just melt down onto the mat. Allow the entire backside of your body to feel heavy so that you can melt and let go, internalizing all the work you just did and allowing your body to just process it and let it go. Take a full minute here, closing your eyes, breathing and relaxing in Shavasana. then gently come back to the body, noticing it, noticing how you feel. Perhaps finding little movements, perhaps just noticing the expansion and contraction of your rib cage as you breathe. Keeping your eyes closed, start to make your way to a seated position, whether that's rolling to one side and pushing up, or maybe grabbing underneath a knee and finding a little rock up to a seat. Any seat of your choosing. Let the hands fall naturally to wherever they do. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Palms come to touch. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with us today. Namaste.